Hello, I'm Paul here. Today I'm going to talk about doing options trading with, doing it with Robinhood and doing it that way, like a lot of people do, or you can also do it on a MetaTrader if you choose certain stocks. And today I'm really going to be just focusing on doing SPY, because that's the only one. There's only certain ones you can do with MetaTrader. But the difference between doing it with Robinhood and options and what you can get out of it versus the results that you can get out of it by doing it with MetaTrader and doing it that way. So there's pros and cons to both. So today we're going to look at that. And I'm doing this because yesterday I did a trade on MetaTrader for SPY, and I got some gains out of it. I did this on my alternative MetaTrader account. In other words, it's the gains that you make out of it is in Satoshi. It's through Bitcoin. The gains are not in USD, but what you see on the screen will reflect kind of what you would get if it was a USD win. So you'll see the amount that you wagered and potentially how much you can make in USD, but the results for me is actually in Satoshi. But you'll be able to tell how much you can make with just doing it with USD. So we're going to look at which is better. Okay, so yesterday, that's right here, I did the S&P 500. I just did this on the fly. I wasn't really looking at charts, and I wasn't really... I saw maybe it might go up. I just did it on the fly. Say, hey, what's going to happen if I do the S&P 500 here? But I just did this on the fly. I wasn't really paying attention or studying the charts when I did this move. So the 620 wasn't crossing or anything. I had a feeling that it might go up. So there's a difference between actually doing this and studying the charts and knowing, don't do this. Don't do this way where you just, let's just enter a trade and blah, blah. No, study the charts and, the formulas that I do on this channel. But anyway, I did a 10 cent lot size. And, this is technically 10 cents. It's technically 10 cents is, let's see, what is that? I think that's 10 Satoshi. So I wagered... This is Bitcoin. You got to keep in mind that this is Bitcoin. 0.10 cent lot size is wagering. It's wagering 10 Satoshi. So you're wagering. My balance is 10 Satoshi. So I wagered 10 Satoshi, and my balance at the end of it was. Let's see. Let's add that. It's 33,000. No, it's not. Hold on. Let me get my digits here. 609. So I made 338,906 Satoshi doing this trade. I made 338,000 Satoshi, if that's what it looks like. So I got to remember that the decimal, it's kind of confusing, but I don't want to throw people off. I just basically want to show people, if this was actually considered a USD trade, if this was actually USD, it went from 10 cents to, if this was a USD trade, it went from 10 cents to $3,389. So basically, if we look right here, we see that I bought in at, this is basically, if you're doing like an ETF with SPY, this is basically $433. Let's go over to SPY real quick. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I got in at 433, I think. It was 433. 433 is probably around here. Price was at 433. Or I could be wrong on the numbers, but maybe I should just look at the actual SPY here. Was it S, if it has a number here. SPX. Let's just do that. I'm just going to look at SPX because that'll give you a better number here. I did this on the, I think I was looking at the 5 minute. So yeah, this is more of an accurate, more accurate on it. So I got in at 4331. I got around 4331. What this was yesterday. So for future references, I might just look at the SPX because it gets kind of confusing. But anyway, you get the idea. I got in at 4331 and I did a buy and I sold at 4340. So 4340, let's just add this up real quick. 4340 4340.62 take away 4331 4331.70. So I got almost a $9 difference in price. So a $9 difference in price doing it with the S&P 500 gave me, with a 10-cent lot size, gave me about $3,389. Even though this is not USD, it looks like USD. So I'm just gonna call it USD right now to not confuse anybody. But so I basically got a $9 difference in price and made over $3,000 by doing a 10-cent lot size. So let's quickly go over to Robinhood and see what happens if you get a $9 difference in price. Okay, so to get a good, so I'm going to do a put right here, and basically, let's just go from 430 with a $9 difference in price. So, 430.66 take away 9. We'll look for a 421 price. We'll see how much money we make with a 421 price. It doesn't even register. 421. So you might make it somewhere around $800, $900, maybe $1,000. I think by doing it with MetaTrader, you actually make more, because on Robinhood, it would have cost you as a contract. It would have cost you. It would cost you maybe a range of $1,000 to $2,000 for the contract to get a good spot, just so you don't, on within the money contract. When you're doing it with MetaTrader, it only took 10 cents. It only took a 10 cent, but technically that's it's 10 cents USD, but it's 10 Satoshi with Bitcoin. But it took 10 cents to make $3,389. I think it's more, you'll make more doing it with MetaTrader than you will doing it with Robinhood. So there's the pros and cons to that, and there's also a couple other things that make this a little bit better. With Robinhood, you have to worry about the contracts, and you can pretty much, for the most part, only do it a week at a time. So you can do it a week at a time, and if you want to do it longer than that, like if you want to buy 2 weeks, it's going to cost you more money. It would probably cost about somewhere along the lines of $2,000 if you want to do it for 2 weeks. But so the contracts are gonna, and you're gonna have a limited of time to make that money. With doing it on MetaTrader, depending if you want to use a Bitcoin balance or a USD balance, but there's no contracts, there's no time. You can probably even get in close to a close on the market when the market is closing and the price is kind of settling down or going up. You could probably get in at better points when the market is either settling or right before it goes up in the morning. So you could probably get in at very volatile moments with doing MetaTrader versus doing it with Robinhood, because you got to put the order in, the contract, and you got to get the order filled, and you got to hope for it to go through in time. But it seems to me, and that's just through looking with my numbers, that you will make more doing it with MetaTrader and with doing it with the Forex, and considering the SPY and stocks and things like a Forex instead of as a stock. And I think the numbers are a little bit bigger doing it with MetaTrader. But anyway, they're both good ways of actually making some income. You could do both. You could do it on MetaTrader and you could do it on Robinhood. But for me, looking at my numbers, it looks like doing it on MetaTrader brings better results. So anyway, if you guys want to know the difference, now if you do it on MetaTrader, there's one more. This is a disadvantage. This is the disadvantage of doing it on MetaTrader. It's that there's only certain stocks that are on MetaTrader, and there's certain ones you can't do. I know you can't do MicroStrategy on MetaTrader. There's a couple other ones, but all the big ones are there on MetaTrader. You can do SPY, you can do NASDAQ, you can do a couple. You can Google a lot of ones out there, but MicroStrategy is not on there. But MicroStrategy is the one that, I do MicroStrategy on Robinhood, and right now I focus everything else. If I want to do a trade with SPY, I'll do it on MetaTrader. If I want to do Apple, I'll do it on MetaTrader. Things like that. Pretty much everything that is not MicroStrategy, I'll do it on MetaTrader, because the results seem to be that you tend to, I think, make more doing it on MetaTrader, and especially if you increase your lot size and your balance. If your balance is big enough to do maybe $1, you'll definitely probably be making a lot more money than if you were to do it on Robinhood. So there's pros and cons to both, but I prefer doing it on MetaTrader. But anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.